So in a topic so how AI transforming the world. So that is what the topic. So let me first start with what is mean by AI. So AI involves using computer to do things which humans do. So this is the simplest definition I can give. So whatever we doing in our day-to-day activities, so AI do with this computational skill. So that is what AI. You know the pathetic situation right now. So it was a survey conducted in 2017. Most people are not very familiar with what is AI. In 2017, some 1,500 senior business leaders were gathered in US and they were asked about what is mean by AI. So out of 1,500 business leaders, only 17% of them knew what is AI and how the AI will change their business. So rest of them doesn't know what is AI, but they know that AI is coming and AI that the term is now the biggest jargon and all they know. So this is what the situation right now in the world. So before getting into this pros and cons, let us discuss other types of AI and a few technologies behind it. Okay. So first, we have this three types of AI. One is artificial narrow intelligence, artificial general intelligence, and artificial super intelligence. So if you see about artificial narrow intelligence is nothing but what we have right now in the market. That is what the world have achieved now. So it is trained only for a specific task. Okay, so that is what the artificial narrow intelligence. So these AI systems are designed to solve one single problem and would be able to execute a single task really well. Okay, so and then I'll give you examples in the later of the speech. So next goes to artificial general intelligence. So artificial general intelligence is something we have this artificial narrow intelligence working parallel, some 4 to 5 or more than that narrow intelligence working in tandem, like working parallelly. So this is about to come. This haven't been achieved so far. So in this, they are trying to mimic the human intelligence. So human intelligence is they are trying to mimic, and also the artificial super intelligence. We are way behind it. Once we achieve artificial general intelligence, and then we can go for the artificial super intelligence. So here, the system would be able to surpass all human capabilities. So like this would include decision making, taking rational decision, that is what important, and even include things like making art and building emotional relationship. If we try to talk about artificial intelligence, the missing component is the emotional empathy. Machine cannot think from its emotional point of view. We humans can think, can make a decision. Even the artificial intelligence can think, can make decision. But the thing is whether it has the emotional factor in it or not. Definitely, artificial intelligence have no such emotional factor in it connected to it. Maybe we'll be having this artificial super intelligence, maybe have this rational decision making and emotional factor, maybe incorporated in it, but we are way far behind it. As of now, in the three types of artificial intelligence, we have achieved a narrow thing which performs a single task at a time. And like if we talk about artificial intelligence, the components are machine learning, the technology we use. In the machine learning, we have so much of algorithms like supervised, unsupervised algorithms. And here we deal completely with the data set. The data set is completely, it's a huge data set. It is collected from the previous experience. That is what we give to the computer as a data set. And machine learning, deep learning, artificial neural networks, computer vision, natural language processing, or the few technological jargon which we use in the artificial intelligence. So if we tell to the layman like what is artificial intelligence, all of a sudden he thinks about the robotic arms. So it is it is a way apart from it. Than robotic arms, we have these many technologies, these many topics, these many illustrations which we do with this artificial intelligence. And to test the human likeness of AI with human likeness, we have few tests. I'll just list down four tests, like which is turning test, rational agent approach, cognitive modeling, law of thought of approach. So in this test, I was so impressed with this cognitive modeling approach. This cognitive modeling approach have three approaches. One is introspection. The introspection is observing our thoughts and building a model based on that. Okay, so how we behave, that is observed and a model is built on that. And the psychological experiment is conducting experiments on human observing their behavior. And brain imaging, this is so interesting, like MRIs or to observe, we take MRIs to observe how brain functions in different scenarios and replicating that through the code. You know, this is cognitive modeling approach. So they are AI, they are completely replicating our human brain model and human behavior model and human physiological model. So that is quite interesting, but it has to go for long run. You know, if we talk about, like, we have the supercomputers. Supercomputers will perform the functions at a far increasing rate, right? At a far faster rate. We have the supercomputers like Fujitsu and Watson, IBM Watson. Even with the most advanced computing system and infrastructure, such as this, what I have said before, that Fujitsu and IBM Watson, it has taken nearly 40 minutes to simulate a single second of neuronal activity. You know what we human do in a single second in the neurons, the neuronal activity, one single second neuronal activity, it takes nearly 40 seconds to perform in such a highly advanced supercomputers. So this is what the gap between the human intelligence and what we trying to make this AI near to this human intelligence. Okay, and let me now discuss about this pros and cons and what the world is now going on. So as I said, artificial intelligence, yes, it is an advanced technology. Yes, it is now going to replace all the jobs. Now job loss may happen, but the missing factor is empathy, human emotional. That is what the missing factor. And if a machine cannot decide on the empathy, the human emotions. OpenAI founder have said, like, in 2050 there will be nearly there will be no jobs, because all the jobs will be replaced by artificial intelligence. But this is quite exaggerating. Definitely, it will not happen. No humans can be replaced by a machine. It may get developed, but we cannot replace it completely. AI, 80% of some senior experts says some 80% of job loss from AI will happen. And and also AI can create some misinformations and joblessness. Yes, misinformation can also be created. In AI, what we train, that is what it get replicated. What we feed, that is what get replicated. So it may have some misinformation, there will be some errors. No AI trained machine is 100% efficient, 100% accuracy. There is like 80% efficiency, 80%, 90%, 99.9% accuracy. So there is some chances for error also from the machine. Even we human have the same the machine have. The machine can react what with the data we feed on. That's it. AI can be the co-worker and not a human replacer. That is what my a strong stress point I would like to add here. AI can be a strong co-worker to human, but it cannot replace the human being. So, like, it can make the technology redundant, and I can say AI can replace where direct face-to-face consumer is. I mean, like, AI can reduce the decent. Sorry, AI can replace non-customer job. That is what I wanted to say. Non-customer job, like, we do. I mean, where the customers are not with directly. In that places, AI can be replaced as of now. With this technology we have met, we can replace it. So, and definitely it can hit IT offshore job. So as of now, we'll be just free. I mean, outsourcing our big bunch of jobs which cannot be done in country to the offshore. So that can also be replaced if this AI technology is persisting like in this way, and also if it is developing in this space, then AI can hit this offshore jobs. AI can reduce decent paying jobs in the emerging country. We India are emerging countries. So we have so much of emerging countries coexisting in this world. So we are dependent on highly on the service sector. If this service sector is highly affected because of AI, then think how our country will develop. So we know our country have had a great leap from agriculture to service sector, which have missed the manufacturing sector. In this scenario, if this AI can replace this high-paying, decent jobs and all, then there'll be a big question mark which we have to think of. So how to overcome this situation? Because we cannot stop the development. We need the development. How to stop such a kind of situation? So that the one big solution I would like to give here is universal basic income. So universal basic income is like the income which we have to give to the youths who are about to work, but it was replaced by AI. So it is universal basic income, and we can have a bigger taxation or bigger percentage of taxation for the company which have highly relying on the AIs instead of human, so that we can just have the profit, the biggest profit as a tax from the company, and we can just give it to the universal basic income. Through universal basic income, we can reroute those profits to the affected affected people in the society. So with this, I would like to conclude, like AI is definitely, it is a technology which is jargon right now in the society. It is everywhere you go, they talk about AI. But definitely AI cannot replace a human, because human, we think emotionally, emotionally. So that is what missing in AI. And even if AI is taking this phase in development, it can be controlled, or it can be kept in some kept in control. I would say, like, it can be controlled by these universal basic incomes and taxing those companies which rely on AI. So that can be a good measure to have a control on AI. So that's it. With this, I conclude my speech. Thank you.